and nighttime is setting in. And here I am pulling up in the last couple of hours of my day to pick up another rider. Calgary is a really great city for driving Uber because there's quite a demand for people who need to use Ubers. Our transit system, I mean, they do the best they can, but it doesn't cover all the bases. So, yeah, Uber sits in that gap in a helpful way. If I were to do this in a smaller setting, I would not be able to make a good living. So, yeah, this is good. And here she is, waiting for me. Hello. Absolutely. For sure. Can I help you?
No, that's okay.
You're all right there, okay. Oh, you're quite accommodating. That's a beautiful bag, by the way.
Sorry?
Nice bag. You're welcome. You must be Sheetal? I am Binyam. Thanks for the heads up, by the way. Sheetal, I wanted you to have a quick heads up. In my Uber, I do something a little unusual. I have a live stream going on, so just if you're... Yeah. Oh, for sure. Carry on.
So, just hold on for a second.
Absolutely, dear.
Can you just,
Turn the music down.
yeah, he's coming to pick me.
Oh, no worries. Okay, I'll turn around and drop you off. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, my uncle can come.
Do you want the mall entrance or the...
Yeah, sure.
Okay, shoppers? Okay.
Sorry, he just came and...
That's okay. Yeah, it's quite all right. I know how these things happen. Plans on the fly, they say, right? Here you are, dear.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
Let's see.
Thank you. Oh, that was an unexpected turn of events. Her husband, I think, is coming to pick her up, so that's the story there. This next pickup, which just came in, is over further up ahead here, I think. Oh, yeah, I don't know where I'm going. Oh, I should just turn around here. The map sometimes takes a moment to recalibrate, so it doesn't quite show you the direction you need to go until you go the wrong direction, and then you're obligated to do a little turnaround like this. Okay, let's see if it'll rewrite itself here for us. Okay, this looks like it's a little more promising. Oh my, it's still the same distancing. All right, we'll make this work. We'll make it work. Hello, welcome to the live stream. You are in my Uber. Actually, figuratively speaking, I am live streaming in my Uber because I enjoy sharing moments that I get to experience with pretty amazing people that I get to come across in the course of my journey. So welcome, and I hope you enjoy your visit. I'm just moments away from my next ride here. I have to come around to the back of this mall. Stay safe, Uber driver. I will do so. Thank you for the heads up. I will be safe. Let me see if I can turn around here, though. I don't see anyone here yet. But this is the location we're supposed to be at. So I'm in the right place. Oh, I think I see her inside there. While I grab the door for them.
One second.
Hello, dear.
Hi, how are you?
I am well, thank you. It's a chilly one. It's getting chillier now, isn't it? My name is Binyam, and you're Pallavi.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Can you move the stair a little bit?
Absolutely. Forward? Absolutely.
Sorry.
Oh, backward. Backward is good. How's that? Good?
Okay, yeah.
Let me turn on the light so you can see. Shall I turn on the light? How's that?
Okay.
Oh, shall I help you buckle her in?
It's tight now.
It's tight now?
It
Okay.
won't move.
All right.
The pin is 8516.
8516. Awesome. The light is just up here if you need.
Okay, yeah, I'm okay.
Wonderful. Quick heads up as well, Pallavi. A quick heads up.
Yeah.
In my Uber, I do something a little bit different. I like to live stream, so if we're talking, just don't say too much personal stuff that you don't want going out there, okay?
Okay. So live stream is for work?
It's just I share experiences I have with people, like great conversations, that kind of thing. It's a personal thing that I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on Instagram?
On YouTube, actually.
On YouTube.
On YouTube, yeah. So it's just one of the ways I like spreading some good feelings along the way, because I have so many that I enjoy along the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you reduce the heat?
Absolutely. Let me throw some in the back there as well.
It's too hot.
I believe you. Okay. How old is your baby?
She's 10 months.
10 months? Oh my goodness, that is very young. Are you getting some sleep yet or not yet?
Sorry?
Is she allowing you to sleep at night?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah? That's pretty good.
So you explain, tell people about your experience
Yeah, I share my experiences. So usually I share videos of my rides when I have permission from my rider.
Okay.
But when I did the live stream, I said I need to do it in a way where I can protect your privacy, so you're not on the camera. It's just me on the camera,
Oh yeah.
but they can hear our conversation.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
they can hear the conversation, but not the.
But they cannot see you
Oh,
exactly.
yeah. Okay. That's totally fine.
I forget how cute they sound.
Where's your this one?
It's not easy going for an outing with a young one, is it?
Sorry.
It's not easy going for an outing
Oh yeah.
with a
Yeah,
young one,
it's
right?
not. It's definitely
You have to pack almost half the house just to make sure you're covering the bases. Well, I'm glad I get to be your Uber driver. This is your first baby, is that right?
Yeah, first baby.
Okay. Yeah, that is exciting. It's very impressive that you're getting sleep though, because most
Because
babies
she doesn't sleep all day, so she's
exhausted
needs
by
her sleep
nighttime.
at night. She sleeps almost 12 hours at night, so that's good for me.
That is amazing. That is wonderful. Yeah, I think because I haven't interacted with babies for so long,
Uh-huh.
I forget the many seasons and things that they do, you know, from burping to, oh yeah, babies do this. I forgot about that, you know. I have 3 kids myself.
You have 3 kids?
I have 3. Mine are approaching teenage years now,
Oh,
so
okay, that's why.
a little bit older. That's why, exactly.
So you usually do this whole day, or just like sometime?
I do this. This is my full-time job now again.
On YouTube?
YouTube, no, YouTube is like my side hobby that I do.
No, I mean the live streaming thing. You do this like whole day?
Not all day. I do it for my rides. It's very new for me to do the live streaming. Like I said before, I just created videos, but the live streaming is a few days old. When I first thought of it, I thought, I'll do this all day. But then it makes a lot more sense just to do it for small snippets, because if you have a 12-hour video, people just won't be able to watch that for
So
very
you
long.
have like followers?
I do. So when I first started creating videos, Pallavi, my primary platform was on TikTok. So that's where I built a good solid base there.
Oh, okay.
But now I'm transitioning to make YouTube my main one.
Okay.
So I feel like I'm starting at the very beginning and slowly building on YouTube now. Yeah, that's the plan at least. It's interesting. I've had to learn a lot about things I'm not necessarily interested in. Earlier today, I picked up some young students from the college who are photography students,
Okay.
and we had a great discussion, but I was telling them how I'm not really a photographer and I'm not interested in photography, but because I'm very concerned about how I how I create my videos, and I want to make sure they're good quality. I've had to learn some things about an area that I'm not interested in, right? So I learn things about things I'm not interested in so I can do the thing I'm interested in primarily. So I feel the same way for social media. I try to understand what the difference is, how to go about doing it. Yeah. No, I feel like I'm at the very beginning of my journey. But I feel I went to the store and I bought all of the patience that was left on the shelf. I took it all. Patience.
Oh, okay.
So I'm well equipped. I should have probably left some for others, I'm sure, but I said I need some help on this regard, so I'll take it all. Where are you from, Pallavi?
I'm from India.
India. Which part of India?
North India side.
Okay, gotcha. It's funny.
It's almost 5 years we've been here.
5 years? You came here with your husband, I'm guessing?
Sorry?
You came here with your husband?
No, my husband was here already. It's been 10 years.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So you've
I
been...
came off.
Ah. So you were married for 10 years?
No. We got married 4 years back.
4 years back, gotcha. Okay. But you spent some time apart from each other, it sounds like. You spent some time apart from each other. Like he was here, you were there, right?
Oh yeah, we were in long distance relationship for almost 6 years.
I don't know how you did that.
I don't even know.
Ah.
Now I think
Yeah,
it was one of the hardest.
I believe you. Yeah, distance relationship. I think I tried one a few months, not 6 years. And wow, very difficult, right?
6 years.
I've met
So much stuff in your car.
so much. Oh yeah.
Pretty really
So these here are chargers.
yeah.
What else did you see?
Water bottle, tissues.
Oh yes, water bottle, tissues. I try to cover the bases.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like this job because it gives me an opportunity, Pallavi, to show,
Interact with people.
well, to interact with people, but also to show hospitality, right?
yeah.
You're coming into
I'm
my.
from hospitality background.
Of course you are. Yeah. So you would see it. You say you're from a hospitality background in your culture, or career.
No. I have done my graduation in hospitality.
Oh, I see.
Hotel administration.
So you have an eye for these kind of things. I see. Yeah, I think of it more in a personal sense of saying, you're coming into my space, how can I help make it a good experience? Yeah.
Most people don't really worry about this kind of stuff.
Yeah. I suppose most people will come to this kind of an opportunity thinking maybe the bare minimum. What can I do just to do the minimum amount, right? I was telling someone yesterday that when I think that way, when I try to think that way, I would be miserable because I'm just thinking it's scarcity. Like, I only want to give the bare minimum. That means I'm always like holding back and suspicious. But I like the idea of being generous. And so with generosity comes open-heartedness. And I say, how can I leave far more than was expected? And then in that setting, I feel very fulfilled. So it's almost like a secret that others have not come to experience, right? Interestingly enough, I've seen the comparison. There may be some who have the latest toys or the newest car, but if there's no heart connection, it's easily forgettable, I think. For example, I remember my brother, when he went to visit, I think, Las Vegas, he remembered one of the best Ubers he'd ever taken. But do you know what he remembers? He only remembers the car, but he didn't remember the driver. You see? So something was missing there, right? So it's interesting where you can draw one's attention by the priorities you place in front of your own path. Does Canada feel like home for you now?
Sorry.
Does it feel like home here in Canada now? Yeah.
It's been 5 years.
When we moved here, my mom, it took her many, many years.
When did you move?
When I was 8
8.
years old, I basically grew up here, yeah.
What's our YouTube channel?
I'll give you my card if you like. It's just my name.
So,
I have a card here, yes. Here you are, dear. You got it? Awesome. When I started creating videos a few years ago, I was surprised when it became very popular and it expanded. And then I started thinking about how I wanted to create videos with intention. And so it took
so
me.
you started from TikTok?
I started on TikTok. Exactly, yeah.
I think they're banning TikTok now.
That's what I heard, actually, yeah.
It's already banned in US.
And India.
In India.
India's been a long time though,
Yeah,
right?
long time.
They never let it in
After
there.
that, Reels started on YouTube, I guess.
That's right. Yes. So YouTube does facilitate that now. And it's interesting.
So shorts on YouTube and Reels on Instagram.
That's the way it is. You're right.
Afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite an amazing way to share ideas, I find. Although I was sharing with someone earlier today, they were telling me there's so much awful things that are put on there. And so what I told them is, in my perspective, I feel I'm in a place in my life where I can walk into that unfriendly place and bring a different story. And I wanted to do that. I wanted to do that just because there's many, many amazing content creators. And I think it's good to still take up that space with redeeming good messages, that could counter the massive influence of harmful content that is on there too. I like the idea. My goal is probably to create content that you can binge or watch a lot of, but I want to create it in such a way where as you binge it,
You learn something.
you're not only learning something, but you're also challenged, and it almost makes you want to feel like you want to go and do it for yourself. So watch so that I can send you back out there and engage in the real world, per se. Yeah. I like the idea of that. Do you find it exhausting being a mom?
Some days you
I believe you.
especially when it's such a small baby.
Yeah.
And she can't even tell what's happening with her. If she's hungry, she's sleepy.
Yeah. It's challenging that way. I know. May I help you bring your things to your door?
Sure, if you can just put it on then.
Absolutely. Yes, I'm happy to do that.
To
I'll turn around here. I'll go carry the pram. Hello, friends. I'm off to my next one, which is somewhere close by here, 5 minutes away. It's, I think, a 26 minute ride, so this is wonderful. I'm grateful for work. Grateful for work, yes. Yes, so I offered to help her to her door. This is the second time today that they were open to having me. In the winter when it's like really difficult to carry things through, it's one of those things they try to do. And hello T Mad. See your wave there. Hello Zvi. It's getting a little chilly out there. I'm feeling just a little bit of it, but yeah. I'm grateful because my vehicle is warm. The heater works. I love that. I'm also going to turn on the heated steering wheel and heated seat that I have. Slow down. I will slow down in this playground zone. Very cool. We've got about an hour and a bit left here in my Uber shift, so I think we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Yeah. Ooh, excuse me. I love yawning. In case you're wondering, I'm not sure. I don't think I feel tired. I might feel a little tired. Hard to say, but regardless, I rate my yawns out of 10, and that was probably a 7.5. Passing grade is 5. 5 is like bare minimum. It's below 5 is like not even worthwhile having that yawn in my estimation. Oh, all right, Mister, what's happening here? I need to get by. They not see me? What's going on here? Excuse me a second. She was just sitting on her phone in the middle of the road. I was like, I need to get by you, dear. Oh my, she was just totally clued out. She didn't hear me honk, but we made our way by, so that's good. In the winter, I'm always very watchful of other people because I do not know what their intentions are. So sometimes they may all of a sudden change their mind mid-lane, and that can make it a little challenging because you don't have a lot of flex room. You might slide if you're stepping on your brakes, and then you cause others to also slide into you. Just different things that I have to be watchful for when I'm uncertain of people's intentions. And just look at the number here that I'm watching for. Ah, there it is. Let's do a little turn around over here. There they are. Here's my ride. Salutations.
Hey, how are you?
How's that for a welcome? Locked doors. Come on in.
Thank you.
It smells nice in here? Oh, thank you. I appreciate you noticing. I had a shower last night, but that has nothing to do with it. Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you.
I can say I have a 2/3 chance of getting right who is Adrian.
Take a guess.
I'm gonna guess the one who took so confidently the shotgun seat.
That's right.
Oh! He's like, I'm just gonna own this one here.
Take one for the team.
Take it sacrificially, right?
Yeah.
You're giving up your company back there for
I know.
company with me. Okay, before we get started, just a quick heads up here. I do something unusual in my Uber. Spontaneously, that I might just burst into opera.
Okay.
So if I do so, please don't think I'm kidding. There's no,
Oh my god.
No, we're ready.
Yeah.
I'm expecting it now.
No, I tease. No, I live stream in my Uber. I enjoy sharing amazing connections I have along the way.
Okay.
So I give you a heads up just so you don't like share things that are like, you know, personal. And you're off camera, so it's just me because I'm vain.
Oh, like you're doing it right now.
I am
Okay.
doing it right now. Yeah. I just wanted to let you know at the outset so that you're not finding out afterwards that you've given away
Awesome.
all your secrets before. Because I have a habit of getting to know people's secrets.
Alright.
Man, this is not supposed to sound so intimidating. Got the soundtrack in the back. Okay, so we've got Adrian here. May I learn your name behind me?
I am Ben.
Ben, and
Rebecca.
nice to meet y'all.
You too.
Okay, so I named my one daughter Rebecca. Is yours with a double C or a K?
Double C.
Oh, cool. Mine, the one I named my daughter was with a K.
Oh no.
Not that you have any thoughts on that. Tell us how you really feel, darling. And Ben, you and I share the same name.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
So
wow.
my name is Binyam. Now the original of Ben or Benjamin comes from the Hebrew name Binyamin. I don't know if you've ever heard that.
I actually have heard.
You
Yes.
have. And have you heard of what the translation means?
It's the right hand of God, right?
Close. The one I am familiar with is rugged with handsome good looks. But as a secondary alternative, it's the son of the right hand.
Yes, that's son of. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
so the
right.
bin in front, like if we were to
Okay.
say Ben Adrian,
Okay.
it'd mean the son of Adrian.
Okay.
So the Yamin is right hand. Yeah, so son of the right hand. Which in Jewish culture sort of lends to, I guess, that esteemed place that the eldest son usually has, you know, as the right hand of the father kind of thing. Yeah. Check
That's
it out,
right.
eh?
Awesome.
Indeed.
Nice.
Now, did you ever ask your parents why they named you Benjamin? Or Ben?
No, not in particular.
No, eh? Okay. I mean, because it's a clearly Asian name, right?
Yeah, no, I'm actually not too sure. To be honest.
Yeah, I feel like it's not.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was being facetious there. uh,
Why'd you name your daughter Rebecca?
so at that time, I was involved in a church, and it occurred to me, like, so all those.
It's funny because the
Yeah.
name Rebecca is in the Old Testament and it's Old Testament and it's actually an Islam name as well.
Is that so?
Yeah.
I'm unfamiliar with Islam more so. Is it a similar story? Because I know they kind of do double dip.
I don't know about the story, but I know that it's related.
So let me see if I can pull out my memory skills here. It's been a while. So Rebecca married Jacob, and she had a sister, Leah and Rebecca, right? Okay, so they're two sisters. And the story goes, Jacob, he saw Rebecca and he fell in love. He was like, oh, drop dead gorgeous. And yet it wasn't so he wanted to marry Rebecca. So he went to Rebecca's dad, whose name was Lot, I believe, and said, Lot, what must I do for you to gain Rebecca's hand in marriage? Lot said, give me 7 years of service or servitude in my fields, and then that will be the price for Rebecca. And then the way the text says it is, those 7 years were just about a few days. He was in deep with his infatuation of Rebecca. At the end of the 7 years, he went to the wedding feast. Now, at that time, the custom was the bride would veil herself. So he took the hand of Rebecca to be married, and he spent the night with her, only to find out in the morning that he'd actually married Leah, her sister. So he was miffed, and he went to the dad, Lot, and said, how could you? I worked for Rebecca, and you gave me... And Lot said, in our customs, it's not appropriate for the younger to marry before the elder. And Leah was older than her sister. Now, the way the Bible described it too is Leah was, how do you say, weak in eyes? A way of saying that she wasn't very attractive, as attractive as her daughter, or her sister. So Lot said to Jacob, work for me another 7 years, and then you can have Rebecca as well. It says again, he worked happily for 7 years to gain Rebecca. And so that was the story in the Bible there. Now, the story goes a little further, Rebecca. Oh my goodness, controversy. So it goes on to say that Leah, she wasn't the favorite wife. Jacob loved Rachel more. Or, sorry, Rebecca. Rachel? Rebecca, there we are. Yes. And so Leah kind of was sad, and she prayed to God saying, why is my lot this in life? So it says that God opened up her womb and she had kids. She had like a whole bunch of kids, 12 sons to be exact. No, 10 sons to be exact. And Rebecca had none. She was the favorite wife, but she had no kids. And in that culture, it was really big to have kids to carry on the line, basically. And so she had kids, and she's like, with each kid, she's like, he's gonna love me more. And it didn't work out that way. And then finally, Rebecca's like, hey, how about me? And so she had 2 sons as well, too. And that's where the 12 tribes of Judah came from. Yeah. Interesting story, eh?
Very interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, so I mentioned all that because, from my understanding, there is there's a parting of ways in the way that they understand the Islamic or the Muslim faith and the Christian faith. So the key point from my understanding is that when Abraham had children, the one faith follows the one line and the other faith follows the other. So when Abraham was with Sarah, his wife, she was barren. She was beautiful, gorgeous, but she could have no kids. So what she did was she said to her husband, Abraham, by the way, you weren't planning for a whole Bible school here, but nonetheless, here we go. So when Abraham, when he married Sarah, she had no kids. So she took her handservant, her maidservant, whose name was Hagar. I'm making all this up, by the way. You know this, right? I'm not. But nonetheless. So she gave her handmaiden Hagar to Abraham and said, go sleep with her and I'll have my children through her. So Abraham slept with Hagar, And she became pregnant and had a son, and they named his name Ishmael. And so he was the perceived son of promise that Abraham was banking on to continue his line. But then God came to Abraham in a dream and said, "No, I'm going to give you your own son with Sarah." And Abraham's like, "It's too late. She's way too old. I mean, she's still smoking hot. Everyone still loves her, but she is like beyond childbearing years." That's the true Bible text, by the way. And so it says that Abraham believed God's promise, even in his old age when it was like unreasonable. And sure enough, that very next year, Sarah became pregnant in her old age, which was a whole miracle of how that son came to be. And his name is Isaac. Now there's a problem. Who's the son of promise who's going to gain the inheritance? Because this is a massive empire that Abraham had built. Is it going to be Ishmael, who is first with Hagar, the handservant, or was it going to be Isaac through his wife? And God said, no, it's going to be through Isaac for sure. So what Abraham did was he sent Hagar and Ishmael off into the wilderness with like hopes that God would like look after him. And God did look after them, and Ishmael became his own empire basically, while Isaac took on and became part of the Christian tradition. So the Muslims, from my understanding, say that the true son of promise, who got the inheritance or who should have gotten the inheritance, is Ishmael through Hagar, because he was the older one. Interesting story, eh?
Yeah.
Yes. I know this story very well.
Yeah.
And I will say that the way that you explained it,
Yeah.
first of all, way more entertaining. And secondly, it's just really, really well explained. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
really good.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Actually.
I may have been a pastor once upon a time.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I may have been. Yes.
Officially? Or?
Officially.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a pastor once upon a time. Conviction has changed along the way. But yeah, once upon a time, so it's rare when I get to rehearse those stories. Hence why you're seeing like the hesitancy. I'm like, I think this is
I
what
love
happened
it.
here. Thank you.
It was very nice, thank you.
My pleasure. Okay, how do you all know each other? I would love to know.
Guts.
Okay. No, you're not co-workers, because I picked you all up at the same house.
Okay.
So there's friendships and potential relationships. I'm walking into this, aren't I?
We're all
coworkers.
coworkers.
Darn it! I should have gone for that. I was like, that couldn't be. They picked them up at the same house. Oh man.
So we're visiting our coworker in Calgary or Chestermere.
Okay.
And she invited us to her home.
Oh,
just for, like,
brilliant.
pizza and drinks.
So I picked you up from
Ontario,
there.
Yeah.
Toronto.
You don't say. All three of you.
Yeah,
So she's the outsider over here.
she is.
She's the outcast in biblical terms. Wow, okay. And so you're familiar with her, of course, through the context of work and Zoom calls and
Yeah,
stuff.
of course.
Yeah.
We've met her like many times.
But it's nice to be able to meet in person.
Yeah, we've all met her in person.
In person, of course. But to hang out in person like this is pretty cool too,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Okay, let me guess what you all do for work then. This will be fun. You're all accountants?
No.
Okay, engineers.
No.
All right.
But thank you.
I have no idea if I'm just kicking myself in the foot or okay. HR personnel.
Not
That's
quite.
a very
No.
specific one. Okay. What else are the options?
Just think about like company wise, not
Company wise.
not role wise.
Okay, company wise. As far as like in general, from Toronto. I mean, no. It wouldn't be oil and gas for you guys to live in Toronto.
No.
No.
Also, your first guess was kind of close. 'Cause
Kinda
you said accountant.
Yes.
We are financial services,
Okay.
but not accountants.
Gotcha. You are middlemen for cartels.
You got it.
My
Ding, ding, ding.
what did I mention this on the live stream? What I meant to say. Okay, so in financial services, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how about wealth management? No,
Not quite.
No.
not quite. Okay. I'm trying to think what. I give up.
What do you pay every year for this car?
Oh, what do I pay?
Every year, like you pay something every
Insurance.
There
There
you
you
go.
are. There you are. Okay, okay. How long have y'all been in insurance for?
Over 10
Some
years.
time, yeah.
10 years, okay.
Yeah.
7 for me.
Okay. I must confess, it's a world that's unfamiliar to most of us, right? Yeah, it's like something happens over there. And
Unfamiliar to most, but almost everybody has it.
absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. It's almost like we will. Yeah, in essence, like you're brokers for this world that's unknown to most of us, right?
We're not brokers.
Sorry, I meant as far as making it accessible for the rest of us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Middlemen that way. Cool.
Speed and red light camera in 400 meters.
What does
Speed limit is 50 kilometers per hour.
that's my butler. What does a stressful day in insurance look like? Is it when like everything happens? I just heard this from someone. You were mentioning how. Yeah, this is just earlier today. This guy was, I forget what he does, but he was saying, here we got hit like really hard with some hail,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and
would be
they have
stressful.
like a whole bunch of things going on.
Yeah.
And
like
everyone
a
wanted-
catastrophic loss or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bad weather events, some type of flood,
Yeah,
hail,
yeah.
fire.
And he was saying they haven't caught up with that, and now we're at the beginning of winter with all the snow, and it's almost like doubled and tripled like the workload because of crashes and unexpected things like that along the way. So he was expressing to me like that level of weight in work. So
Yeah.
that would be something similar, right?
Yeah, that would be like a really stressful experience for any insurer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably
Yeah.
Fair.
the most significant.
Okay. I imagine though, in the course of your work, you have the skill of being able to like do the work, but then leave the work when it's done for the day, right? Instead of stressing out over it, or do you actually take it home saying, oh, "Gotta get through this"?
No, I think for the most part, it's once we're done.
Yeah.
We're
You're done for the day.
Cool.
Cool.
We'll pick it up back tomorrow.
I see.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things. I think for anyone,
Yeah.
any kind of like in any industry,
Yeah.
it's one of the secrets to success.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta be able to take a step back from your work
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and relax and kind of let that go.
Yeah.
And then that way, the next day when you're back at work, you're fully engaged with it. You can give it your 100%.
Not disconnecting, right?
Yeah.
I like that. I think from my conversations, say with those who are in those settings, that like it's pretty intense. Like I'm thinking emergency personnel, or even those who are practicing to become psychologists, for example, or social workers. It's nice to hear that they are incorporating that self-care element into the training now too. Whereas once upon a time, it didn't seem to have been
Yeah.
in the mix.
It's more involved now, and
Yeah.
health and
Yeah.
wellness
Yeah.
plays a big role.
Yeah.
Mental health used to be a thing where it was just not really talked
Yeah.
about and not really
Yeah.
even acknowledged, right?
Yeah.
But now it's so important.
Yeah. That was especially in our parents' age, right?
Yeah.
Generation. Yeah. And then I talk to immigrants, and they say it's still not on the radar
Yeah.
for
It's just
their community, right? It's like, oh, just grow up and get over it. Yeah. I'm very glad we live in this time of history for so many reasons. Because I would otherwise be picking you up in a horse and carriage, and you'd be judging the service based on how thick the blankets were, right?
Have you always lived in Calgary? or-
No, Rebecca. I grew up in BC for the most part.
Okay.
We're
We're in BC.
Kamloops.
Okay.
Yeah. A couple other smaller spots that you may not have heard of, but Kamloops for the most part.
Cool.
Are y'all Torontonians through and through?
We are.
Like
Yeah.
originals? Oh my goodness.
what made you come to Calgary?
My studies did. My grad studies. So I came out here after my undergrads in BC. then I said, what a beautiful spot. And then I moved out to Saskatchewan
Wow.
because I heard how amazing it is out there. Like the thriving population, the destination for like tropical. No, it's not this. But
I'm like, wait, what?
How long can I
Talking
keep
about the
splitting
same
this? No, I was in northern Saskatchewan though, and it was beautiful. It really was beautiful. It wasn't. I was anticipating the whole province was flat, but in the north there, they've got woods. I mean, they also have farmland for sure. But I'll tell you this: I've never seen more beautiful lakes than there.
Really?
I kid you not. Like pristine, clear. If you're into fishing, it is so abundant. I went fishing with some friends. Now, I've only gone fishing once before this experience. And I mean, I spent like 10-hour day just for like couple of small, like, nothing to write home about, right?
Yeah.
So when we were going fishing there, they were like fairly confident about the yield they're gonna catch. And I was really skeptical. I was like, guys, like, appropriate your expectations. It's not like that fishing, from my expanded experience. And then 2 buckets in, like, a couple hours, wow, like a huge pike. And I held my silence in. But no, beautiful, beautiful country up there for sure. But 2 things I missed. One, I've known for a very long time that I like being in the city where there's lots of people, and I also miss the mountains here. So like coming down here, if it were daytime, you'd be able to see the mountains on the
I
horizon.
did, yeah, we saw them earlier. Very
Glorious,
nice.
right? So, are you considering moving here?
No.
All
Not
right.
anytime soon.
All right. She didn't give a pause.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let
I
me
know.
think a moment here. She's like, no.
No convincing her.
It's beautiful to visit. But,
That's how it is it? It's not you, it's me. Well, I fell in love with it here. Although I've never actually experienced Toronto, but you've probably seen the huge difference from what I hear in the traffic.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
It's a lot different.
So I guess my curiosity is, given the stereotypical high cost of living in Toronto, for example, and Vancouver, how are people making it work there? Like, how are people actually living in a setting that is unreachable economically? Do you know?
I would say like you definitely have to have a double income for sure, in order to like live a sustainable life.
Okay.
Those that don't have a double income,
Yeah.
I mean, you need to be earning at least 200,000 or above. Otherwise, it's not sustainable. Like you need to move outside of the city or.
Or cut back. Cut back on
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
So that makes sense, Rebecca, but I'm thinking about in the midst of your city, in the downtown where it's like these rates, you still have all the individuals who are, working as baristas and janitors and all these other roles that don't pay that well like that, right? I don't understand how the plethora of folks who don't have the criteria you just described are
Yeah.
actually making that happen.
They might be living in
They
like
don't live- yeah.
subsidized housing or affordable housing, or they live with their family, or
Parents.
their family is overseas providing them with income.
Okay.
I don't know.
Most of them don't live down there too.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, eh?
you can't live downtown
No.
working minimum wage.
So they're commuting in then.
Commuting in, essentially.
Definitely commuting.
Gotcha.
My understanding is just
Yeah.
from what I know of a lot of my co-workers
Yeah.
from here
Yeah.
and other areas
Yeah.
versus Toronto,
Yeah.
is that a lot of the younger individuals, they do tend to stay with their parents until much later
Okay.
before they actually do.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
The typical story
Yeah.
from 20 years ago of people their mid-20s
Yeah.
able to afford their own cities have moved out, that's not really a story anymore in the city of Toronto because of affordability reasons.
If you guys were to sell Toronto as the place to be, like for why you buy into it, how would you sell it to me?
I don't know. I would just say the culture. It just feels like a total different place. Like even comparing it to somewhere like Calgary, like
Yeah.
they're not even comparable. It's so multicultural.
Yeah.
There's so many different, like even like the food and restaurants and things like that. Like it's
Yeah.
just there's something
Different.
for everybody there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to describe it.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's definitely more of a big city vibe.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
comparing the outskirts of Calgary to,
Yeah.
to downtown Calgary,
Yeah.
that difference is
Yeah.
the difference between downtown Calgary and downtown Toronto.
Crazy.
Like just the amount of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I hear the amount of people, and I'm like, okay, you caught my attention because I like being amongst a lot of people. I've never experienced your setting though, and it's humid in Toronto. Is that correct?
It's what?
Humid
Humid?
as opposed to
Yeah,
dry.
It
it's
heat.
is,
def-
yeah.
Definitely compared to Calgary.
Mm.
Yeah.
Maybe one day you'll make a trip out there.
Yeah.
I imagine I will.
Yeah, you can come see the CN Tower.
Toronto is the most
Mm.
amazing city in Canada, in my opinion.
I've heard it's the New York of Canada.
In Canada.
I believe you. Hey, I'm not negating that. Hold on though. When you compare yourself to Vancouver, which I'm sure you've been to, would you
Yeah.
still say the same?
I would still
Say the same.
And red light camera in 100
What,
meters.
and would you say it for the same reasons that Toronto has more culture?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will come and confirm at some point.
I feel like there's a lot more to do in Toronto.
That's what I've
than
heard.
Vancouver.
Like at any time of the year, there's something going on, any
Yeah.
like night or day, right?
Vancouver's beautiful, and
Yeah.
I love how it has the mountains and
And the
Um,
port.
yeah. But outside of Vancouver, for me, was my highlight of British Columbia,
Oh.
like Kamloops.
That's where I grew up.
Or Kelowna.
Okay, yeah, Kelowna's
like-
beautiful too.
Yeah, like where the hiking and stuff is.
Yeah.
Whereas Toronto is more of like a big city
Yeah.
type vibe.
Okay. The other thing I heard about Toronto is it seems like a grind, like just go, go, go. Do you guys feel the same, or have you been able to find that reprieve in the midst of the hustle?
It can be.
You
Yeah,
can't.
it
Can be.
definitely can be.
Just-
Yeah.
Hmm. When do y'all head back home?
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday's Friday.
Okay.
Friday for me.
You got a couple of days still.
Yeah.
Do you get a chance to go visit Banff?
No.
I have not. So it's definitely on my list.
We will, yeah.
Okay.
It's on my list too next time.
Well, for the time being, let me just tell you, you're not missing much. It's just a really boring drive out there to
It's
see it.
beautiful.
He's not selling it to us. so.
I'm trying to help these guys here. You're not missing much, not at all. I'm still thrilled to meet you.
Thank you. It
all.
was very nice meeting you. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hope to see you guys again.
We'll see you in Toronto.
I hope so. That'd be amazing. Bye. They were fun, weren't they? Aw, it was good. That was a great ride. Okay, I will see you guys on the next live stream. An hour already on this one. Oh my. Okay, I'll see you on the next one.